Hello, Flosstube. Actually, let me close these a little bit. I don't know if I'm gonna affect the light a little bit here. Sorry. There we go. As you can tell, I first of all, my name is Elizabeth Martinez, phantastitches. My Flosstube update number 344. Today is Saturday, June 27th, the end of June, July 27th. July 27th, the end of July, almost August in a few days. As I started to say, I am in the living room of my house. You know, we're still in the process of rearranging everything and getting rid of things. But I'm on the other side now than I usually, than I usually sit to do my updates. But we filmed our Three Sisters video from here, this direction. And since I was already here and the light is okay here, I'm doing my update from here. And I'll probably be in this position, in this location for a little while now, since, you know, we've sort of fixed this room the way it is right now. Anyway, sorry, the dog is barking. The FedEx truck went by outside and she's got a little excited. Anyway, so like I said, this is my update number 344. And I've got a few things to talk about for the end of June, I keep saying June, the end of July, and what's coming up in August. So for WIPGO, just a minute here, I have my, there. For WIPGO, I did, last week I talked about Aprile, Dolce, Dormir. I didn't quite get quite as far as I wanted to. I still, you know, there's still a few days of July left, and I may or may not get to that a little more. But I did get the 7 days, and I did do some work on the July Rabbit. That was my number 6. So my number 23, the regular WIPGO call was Little Brown Bat. That's Cottage Garden Samplings number 10 of A Year in the Woods, and then the 7 Pines freebie from Little House Needleworks. So this is Little Brown Bat, and I had before, last time I worked on it, I had done these little bony, you know, fingers, bat fingers here and here and here, and this outline of this wing, and part of this of the bat's body is all I had done. And so in I finished 7 days as of yesterday, and I realized last night that what I had done the last day, I had to take out and frog and redo because there was no way to fudge it, and you know. So anyway, I did finish the brown part of his body, and I did the other outline of his wing, the other bony part of his wing. This part is all coal, Starworks coal, and then these little, you know, swirly things. All of the animals in this series have some kind of little swirly design in their body. So I didn't want to do all that. I didn't want to work on the coal. It's a lot of stitching, and so I finished the light brown part of his body. I didn't do the darker brown triangles here. I didn't do all of them. I did a few right here on this snout, and then I was concentrating on. I did finish this cabin and this tree and this leaf. Well, I almost finished it. I didn't do the little stem of the leaf because it's a different color. But I did do the cabin, and like I said, I did this one tree, and I did this little hook, and then I was working on his face, and this is where I made a mistake. So anyway, let me fold this around here. So like I said, I did the bony part of his hand, of his wings, and I did the lighter brown part of his body, and I did a little bit of the dark brown here. This same color goes up on all of these little triangles here. And the reason I did on his face was that I had some of it left over from working on the cabin. But so here's the little cabin that I finished, and the one tree, and this little claw there. And the reason I did that was just so that I could, you know, count and reach that tree. And then I did this part of the leaf, and I actually had to redo it because I had done like this darker color is the same as this colors up here on the leaves on this tree, and so I think I had done one of these colors. Maybe I did the lighter like orangish color, and I had done that on the cabin over here. And then when I went to do, there was one of these other colors. I think it was, I went to do this red color, or I had done the red color and I went to do the orange color or whatever, but I realized it was wrong. It wasn't far enough. It wasn't right in relation to this tree. I just miscounted and misread the pattern or whatever. So I had to take it all out and redo it. And at first I thought, well, maybe, you know, it's not that bad because it's just a leaf out in the middle of nowhere. But I thought, you know, I want to make it, I want to do it right. So I took it out and redid it. And it was only, like I said, it was only a few stitches. And then I was able to just do the rest of it here. So the only thing that I didn't do was there's like a few stitches, like make a little stem here on this leaf. But anyway, so I did all that, and then I worked to more, like I said, I finished his body, the lighter color of his body. And then I was working on this, there's some black that goes on the end here that's the black of his little snout. But then I was working on this, I did this color, this one color, I think this is his eye, and so this is, anyway, so but I did this little light yellow color because it's the same color that I had down here. The light in the windows is the same color as this one here. So I did this, and then I was doing the gray underneath it, and I had done all of this, and I had gotten all the way up here, and like several rows up here, and this gray at one point in one of these rows is supposed to butt up right against this brown line here, the bony edge of his wing, and it wasn't. It was one short, and I was like several rows up from here, about maybe on this row here or something like that, the fourth or fifth row up that was supposed to hit this line, and I could see that it wasn't going to. It was off by one square, and I thought, oh no, because I thought maybe I had done this wrong, and if I had done this wrong, that meant this was wrong, this was wrong, this is wrong, and I thought, oh no, and it wouldn't, because it's like the very edge of the pattern, and it wouldn't work. And so I was panicking, but the more I looked at it, I thought, well, this is right here. This part is right, and this is all right. This worked out, this came out right and everything. And I could figure out what I had done wrong. And what it was is I had done this wrong. And there's one stitch right here that I had forgotten. And so everything else was off by one. So I took all the stuff that I had done, I had to take out to redo it, because there was no way to fudge it that I could see that wouldn't mess up everything else around here. So this was further along, and I the process of redoing it. So anyway, but though yesterday was the official 7th day, I'm going to try to go ahead and finish that and fix it. So yeah, but that is the Little Brown Bat by Cottage Garden Samplings. That's number 10. So that was my WIPGO number 23. And the secondary chart for number 23 is this little freebie I mentioned before, Seven Pines by Diane Williams of Little House Needleworks. This is a little freebie from 2013. And so I had discussed with my sisters about the 3 fabric choices that I had, and I had decided on this Oak Bristol, but it's 46 count. And as you can see right here, I kind of started to do this because I was going to work on it today on camera while we were doing our 3 Sisters video. And I started to do it, and the light in here is a little diffuse. So it's kind of strange. And like where I usually stitch in my room, I have a little spotlight that's right on, that I have right on my fabric, so I could see a little better, more clearly. And when I was trying to do this is 46 count, this fabric. And so I was going to do 1 thread over 2, and I started to put the stitch in, and it's like, I don't even know if that's in the right place to make the X here. So I decided not to work on that. So I am going to work on it though, once I get back in my room and have some time to stitch. I have some things I need to do in my room still because of this move and everything. But so anyway, that's what it's going to look like. So I have a few days. The rest of the today is the 20. What did I say? The 27th. So I have, until the end of the month to finish it. So I have, I don't know, a few more days. And it's going to be on, oh yeah, I did that already. Okay, so I'll discombobulate it. Jessie Marie did the WIPGO numbers. She did them actually a little bit early. Today is Friday. I think she did them she did them 1 or 2 days early, because I guess other people were doing several things, and she wanted to get them out there. But anyway, so the WIPGO numbers that she called were 12 and 15. So my number 12 is Sheepish Manor, and I want to say this is Chessie and me, but I'm not sure. I don't actually. Let me see if I've got I've got the project bag here somewhere. Excuse me 1 minute. Okay. Yes, it is Chessie and me. It was a little kit that I bought at the attic. So it came with fabric and threads and everything else. And so it's called Sheepish Manor, as I said. And it came with Gloriana silks. Very lovely. And it's 1/2, I believe, on 36 count fabric, and it came with the fabric here. So when I started it, I think last spring or whatever, I did the little house that's on the hill there, except for I didn't do the windows, the roof, or I didn't get to the roof. I just did the main part of the house. I think I only worked on it 1 day or 1 week, or I don't know what. But so that, as in most of the Chessie and me charts, there are some specialty stitches. So the leaves are all done in lazy daisies, and the sheep, I think all the black parts of the sheep, the face and the ears and the legs, are all the sheep head, legs, and tail are stitched in Smyrna crosses, and then The grass is not charted, but just the edges of it, and you have to, you know, fill it all in. But there's a little alphabet, so you could put your initials in place here. And then the leaves on the tree are lazy daisies. And I think that's it. Yeah. So anyway, it's going to be, you know, pretty tiny. Yeah. So I think the finished size. What does it say here? I'm hoping maybe I can finish it. It's like 3.5 by 4-ish, something. So it's pretty small. And this is, well, the model was 36 count legacy linen, so I'm assuming that's what this is, because that was in the kit. And like I said, it's Gloriana silks that came with this part of this kit. So anyway, that's Sheepish Manor, and I'm hoping I can get at least finish the house and maybe get the sheep. You know, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know that I've done lazy daisies. Maybe 1 or 2. You know. But that's the nice thing about the Chessie and me. I think I've done 1 or 2 others. Chessie and me little kits or whatever, and I've learned a couple of specialty kind of stitch things. I did the one of the other ones I did. I believe it's the Chessie and me, but it had this Tudor rose, which is, you know, you stitch the like 5 little spokes, and then you weave around it until you get basically like a 3D little rose shape. And I used that on another pattern. I talked about that here. But anyway, so yeah, I was like, oh, look, I learned how to do this, and now I'm using it somewhere else. So I like that about the Chessie and me charts. But anyway, so that is Sheepish Manor. That's that's my number 12 WIPGO call. And then the other one, the number 15, as well as the secondary charts that I have for each square for number 12 and number 15, are all from this Prairie Schooler Starry Night booklet, leaflet. I did one of the other ones, as you may recall, I did the number 2 back in May, I guess. This number 2, this one here, and I just gave them numbers by how they appear in this little leaflet. So the number 1, the first one in the leaflet is Mary Joseph the donkey, and then this is like number 2. It's the next chart underneath it, whatever. So this one is the one I talked about before, how I started it on a heart anchor, and I didn't like the way like the thread was always like slipping under the thread, the weave, you know, and it was frustrating me, and it was very tiny, and I wasn't crazy about it. So I was gonna restart it in the place of this number 2, but I think I just read it, you know. I left it, and I did this one, and I finished it. And this is, I don't know if it's 32 count, but it's just this linen stuff that I bought. I bought it at Joann's, and I think it's big enough to do all the charts on it, because this is as big as they are. So this is number 2. I finished it, and it's charted in like there's this blue color and then black and like a gold color, and I used a toile on most of it, except for like this little string around the the cow's neck and the bridle and the donkey are just this. I think it's 30. What is it? 3860 or 30 something. It's a DMC color. They're all DMC. 3820 is what is the gold color, except for this. This is a 12. The halo and the star and the bell. I used a 12. So I'm hoping then, and I was able to finish this as a secondary chart. So you know, so the pulls are number 1. I had 7 days on it, but I think I'm just, like I said, I'm going to restart it on that fabric. And so on my WIPGO chart, I have 7 days, but I'm hoping I can just restart it and maybe finish it. And then the secondary charts are number 4 and number 7. So number 4, I said, is this one here. It's the city of Bethlehem. And so it's basically, you know, you're doing, it's just all lots of black work. I don't know if there's any blue in it at all. It's just the city of Bethlehem is almost all sort of a black work. Yeah, it's all black. And then the stars in the sky here. So all those little stars are going to be, I think I'm going to do them all in a 12. So they're a little sparkly. And then everything else is just black. And then the other one, the number 7, yeah, is this guy here, the little shepherd and his sheep. And there's some blue on his clothes here, but the rest of it is again black and gold. So yeah. So if I'm really lucky, if I'm really industrious, I can do all 3 of them and finish them up. So at the big Starry Night festival. So of the 7 charts, that would give me 4, right? Because the one I finished, and then if I can finish 3 more in the month of August, that's 3 out of 7, right? So anyway, that is my WIPGO calls for August. And then the other thing I'm doing in August is the Cross-Stitch Camp August Challenge, which is to do something new to you. And what is new to me is Stacey Nash designs. I've never done a Stacey Nash design before. And right now she has all those really cute animal cracker things out. That's not my chart. The chart I chose was Calling of the Sea, and I really like these. I really like this whale, and there's a compass here and a ship. And so this one is the one I'm doing, a ship. And on the back she lists, like, you know, there's weeks dye work colors, and I think they're all in this chart. They're all in maybe all of the charts. I don't know if they're all in this one. This one might have just a couple of them, but this one I thought, oh, maybe they're not. You know, it's a list for the whole thing, and so maybe they're not all in this one, but they are. They're all in this one. So all of these colors are in there, and there's 2 that I did not have handy. I went through and got them a lot, and the 2 that I'm missing, Eve might have them, so I might borrow them from her. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to make a trip to the attic to get them all, to finish it by the end of the month. But anyway, so that is my plans for August, and I'm gonna do them on this, which is 32 count monochromatic in the colorway Spa that I got at Hobby Lobby that they no longer carry. So anyway, So that's the stuff I'm doing in finishing up for July, and like I said, hopefully I can get that Seven Pines, going. I don't know that I'll be able to finish it, maybe, because it's pretty small, but we'll see. And then, excuse me. So, hold on one second. So I think that's all I have going on and all I have to talk about right now. And so I will see you next time. Bye.